Aloha everyone, my name is Lindell Kamanu. I'm the owner of Lokahi Studios, located here in Town Square in Las Vegas. I want to come up with a topic with you guys with something a little bit different than what I've been doing live videos about. Many of you know me for tattooing here in Las Vegas, but long before tattooing, I have been a licensed skincare specialist. I've been a skincare specialist for a little over 10 years now. Something I figure, why not talk about this, because it's basically something really important in life, especially for people who live here in Nevada. Skincare is not a topic just for women. It is also a topic for men, also a topic to share with your teenagers and your preteens. So I have a little bit of a list of things to share with you. So one of them is, what is a skincare regimen? Or do you have a skincare regimen, also known as a skincare routine? If you look in the aisles in the stores, there's so many skincare out there. It's such a multi-billion-dollar industry that you can many times be very overwhelmed when you walk in the aisle. Or for men who have tried to buy their wife or their girlfriend products, it's very overwhelming. So I kind of wanted to break that down for you because it can be a lot to take in. Basically, a skincare regimen is some type of routine that you do for your skin that when you do it consistently, there's great benefits for you. So an example of a skincare regimen that I give my clients, I have an AM regimen as well as a PM regimen, and they all differentiate depending on the skin type. So I deal with clientele ranging from teens, preteens, so that's typically going to range with the pubescent acne skin that's kind of changing. We're dealing with hormonal issues as well as lack of knowledge on how to take care of their skin, so that combined can kind of leave them in this kind of mess when it comes to skin. Then I deal with people that have just naturally oily skin. So there's pros and cons to having oily skin. Oily skin is that skin type that typically have larger pores. You're gonna have more acne issues. Many people that I know have had acne in their teen life, or they haven't had acne in their youth, but when they became an adult, all of a sudden they have this cystic acne. And many times cystic acne is caused by more internal issues rather than external issues. So I hope that you can follow along with me so far and none of this sounds like foreign language to you. So basically I deal with, so there's teens, pubescent teens, acne, and there's naturally oily skin. Some of the pros to having oily skin is oily skin tends to age the slowest. Because you have a layer of oil on your skin, it basically helps protect the acid mantle on your face. And if you notice people with oily skin, they may have been that child or that teen that had acne that people used to tease, but as they matured and they basically got older, they're the ones that just like, wow man, they look really young. Why does their skin look like that? It's because their skin has more protection. Then moving on from oily skin, I deal with people with naturally dry skin. So dry skin people are typically, they have smaller pores. They typically didn't have a whole lot of acne issues growing up, and those are the people that crave and need hydration in their life. They tend to need more of a heavier moisturizer. And there is also a difference between dry skin and dehydrated skin. Dry skin is people that have a lack of oil in their body. We produce a natural oil called sebum, and dehydrated skin is a lack of water. So you can have oily skin and have dehydrated skin. Here living in Las Vegas, Nevada, 9 times out of 10, most people have dehydrated skin compiled on top of having dry skin or compiled on top of having oily skin. So that's something to take in consideration. But now if you have someone that is naturally a dry skin, but they also have dehydrated skin, their skin tends to age at a much more accelerated rate, because now they're combating external factors of dryness, the heat, they're not putting enough moisturizer on their skin, or they're too aggressive with their skincare routine, or have no routine at all. So those are basically some of the skin types that I deal with. So an example of a regimen that I give my clients, let's say someone that has that normal skin type. There's people that they're a little bit oily, a little bit dry, just kind of depends on the time in the season. And all of us, our skin changes slightly from summer, winter, fall. So a normal regimen, not too crazy. This is what I typically give my male clients is cleanse in the morning, and then they're gonna typically exfoliate maybe once a week depending on their skin. And I recommend an exfoliant that is not too aggressive, so nothing like an apricot scrub, because if you look at apricot scrub under a microscope, it is actually looks like shards of glass. So you're applying that to your skin, you can't tell you're exfoliating and manipulating it on your skin, but you're creating these micro tears in your skin. So I like to use a skincare exfoliant that has more spherical beads, because they're not gonna be as aggressive or abrasive to your skin. So after cleansing, then you have exfoliating maybe once a week for the men, and then I have them tone or use like an astringent toner or something, maybe like as simple as a witch hazel, maybe witch hazel with a drop of tea tree oil in it to help combat any type of acne issues that they may have, or just for the antifungal or antibacterial properties of it. And then they moisturize. So men, I keep it simple for them for that. Hey Paul, nice to see you as well. So men, cleanse, tone, also non-exfoliant, so don't be afraid of that word, and moisturize. Men typically don't like a heavy moisturizer. Most men have an oilier skin, oily or a natural, oily or a normal skin type, not as much of a dry skin type that I deal with here in Las Vegas with the men. And a lot of times it's just because of lack of routine. Their skin has all this buildup of dead skin cells, large pores, because they have not had any type of exfoliation whatsoever. And then you have my teens that I do, maybe we do moisturize in the morning, and they're going to do exfoliation maybe at night, and we'll slowly taper that off as I see good results for them. My son's currently on that because he's dealing with that type of teenager acne kind of issues, but it's been clearing up because I keep him accountable for it. So parents, if you have teens that are having issues with their skin, acne issues, they're having breakouts, acne flare-ups, anything like that, if you keep them accountable for it, it just helps them because they have to get on a routine. So another question I have is, how long does it take for a skincare routine to start to show effect? Our skin, natural healthy skin, takes between 27 days for a full regeneration. So I typically tell people, stick with the regimen between 4 to 6 weeks before you go and toss it. A lot of times people get impatient and they want to see immediate gratification because that's the type of world we live in today. So they'll use a skincare regimen, and then after a week they're like, oh, I don't see anything, I'm gonna try something else. But by doing that, you're not giving your skin enough time for it to do a complete cycle. So give your regimen between 4 to 6 weeks. That's what I tell my clientele here, and they stick to it and they see results after that. So it's just a proven fact. Another question that I have gotten is, what are some additional ways that I can improve or see a positive effect on my skin? Some ways is, one, start a skincare regimen. If you don't know one to start with, that's what skincare specialists are for, okay? So, and I'll get more into that in a bit. Another thing is, if you are already currently on some type of skincare routine and you're not seeing a positive result, maybe kind of analyze your current regimen and see if there's something that you could add, take away, or change. But again, be careful not to constantly change up your routine every few days, every few weeks. Give it at least that 4 to 6 week window, okay? Another way is, here in the desert, I recommend all my clients to get a humidifier because we live in such a dry climate. If you're that person that wakes up and your nose is dry, you're a little crusty, you just feel like, ugh, my skin is parched, hey Teresa, that humidifier or atomizer is going to be really beneficial for you. It brings that extra moisture in the air that helps our skin, because dehydrated skin is aging skin, okay? Another thing is, drink more water. Yes, so water is important. For those people that don't like to drink water, there's like the whole things on Pinterest on different ways to drink water. So you could do lemon water, cucumber water, mint water. You can totally change it up, but water is really essential for having good skin. Okay. Another thing that you could do is see an esthetician. So that's bringing me back to that. I'm an esthetician. Even if you don't see me, I highly recommend seeing someone that do know skin. If you think about it, we see someone for our teeth, a dentist. We see someone for our hair. The largest organ of the human body is the integumentary system, and the integumentary system is the skin that we live in. So it only makes sense that we also take some time to take care of our skin, because this is the skin that we live in. So yes, see a skincare specialist. If they are a properly trained one, they'll be able to point you in the right direction, get you on a proper skincare regimen, and you will start to see results. Just be focused on it. Don't switch products out too soon, and feel free to ask me any questions. You can Facebook message me, comment below, let me know if you have any questions on a skincare routine, a product, because we all know that there is product overload when you walk down the aisles in Whole Foods or Ulta or even Walmart. Hey Auntie Ulu, thanks for tuning in. I use an oil control mask because I feel oily and feel like I was breaking out, and you broke out more. Okay, so sometimes what we tend to do, oily skin does this too a lot, is you tend to be a little bit too aggressive, or there's a chemical or product in your, or an ingredient in your product that is causing irritation. So sometimes you will break out before your skin gets better, and the reason why is your skin is purging. That 4 to 6 week mark, you'll see sometimes your skin gets worse before it gets better, because your skin is kind of purging itself of especially if you're using a lot of chemical laden products. I'm more of a hippie. A lot of my clients know that. I like to use more of the natural approach of skincare products, but I'm not like a snake's oil person. I don't use natural skincare that is non-effective. I use natural skincare that is tried and true. I know rose oil is going to be hydrating for skin. I know tea tree oil is an antibacterial and it's going to be good for oily skin. I know that for sensitive skin, something like chamomile, unless they have a chamomile allergy, I take a lot of things in consideration when I am creating a skincare routine for my clients. Masking, I forgot to add that in for regimen. So typically, and you don't need all of these products, this is just a normal routine, like a generalized routine. You're gonna cleanse, then after cleansing, you're gonna exfoliate. After exfoliation, you're gonna wanna tone, and then this is where your serums would come in. So like a hydrating serum or an acne spot treatment is this part of your regimen. And then after that, don't forget the eyes, guys, because the thinnest skin on our body is right here under the eyes. My daughter already knows this, but when she puts on lotion, it's the funniest thing because she's like always going up. My mom taught me that. It makes sense because we're kind of trying to work against gravity. So whenever you put skincare on, don't do this thing, go up with your fingers. When you're applying or anything to your eye, you want to go in, you don't want to go out. Be careful on the eye area. If you're an eye rubber, those are my clients, unfortunately, that I see, in 10 years. They're the ones that tends to have more crow's feet, more darkening issues under the eye area as well. So apply in an eye treatment, typically like an eye cream, some type of peptide cream, or an eye gel. Take care of your eyes, guys, because it is a very delicate area. So after my clients apply their cleanser, exfoliation, they're gonna go into toning, serum, and then moisturizer. And then once a week, they're typically doing a mask, whether it's like a deep cleansing clay mask, or they're doing like an aloe vera hydrating mask, or if they're a sensitive skin, they're just doing a calming mask. So it just kind of depends on the skin type. I hope that this was helpful for you. Again, feel free to leave comments. If you're a little worried about leaving it in my comment section, I do invite you to inbox me. I may not be able to get to it immediately, but I'll be sure to get to it. Again, my name's Lindell Kamanu, and I own Lokahi Studios, and I hope to talk to you soon. Aloha, and have a wonderful day.